dead across the room. I wanna meet you at a slow dance. I wanna meet you but it's too soon. I wanna meet you but I can't speak. Or dead across the room, but I am trying. Stuck beneath the spinning glow of a familiar hue. Struck by your impression like all love goes next to you. But I will try to stand and make it down the hall. But in the sound, I'm barely here at all. I wanna meet you at a slow dance. I wanna meet you but it's too soon. I wanna meet you but I can't speak. Or dead across the room. I wanna meet you at a slow dance. I wanna meet you but it's too soon. I wanna meet you but I can't speak. Or dead across the room, but I am trying so hard to meet you where you are. I wanna meet you at a slow dance. I wanna meet you but it's too soon. I wanna meet you but I can't speak. Or dead across the room. I wanna meet you at a slow dance. I wanna meet you but it's too soon. I wanna meet you but I can't speak. Or dead across the room, but I am trying so hard. I met you in the yellow light of a sign that bore your name. You said it was a coincidence, but one you can't explain. Said I'm not going to read more other than I should. But when you smiled, I knew I always would. I wanna meet you at a slow dance. I wanna meet you but it's too soon. I wanna meet you but I can't speak. Or dead across the room. I wanna meet you at a slow dance. I wanna meet you but it's too soon. I wanna meet you but I can't speak. Or dead across the room, but I am trying. Stuck beneath the spinning glow of a familiar hue. Struck by your impression like all love goes next to you. But I will try to stand and make it down the hall. But in the sound, I'm barely here at all. I wanna meet you at a slow dance. I wanna meet you but it's too soon. I wanna meet you but I can't speak. Or dead across the room. I wanna meet you at a slow dance. I wanna meet you but it's too soon. I wanna meet you but I can't speak. Or dead across the room, but I am trying so hard to meet you where you are.
I want to make sure I have audio. Hold on. Okay, we do. Hi. I don't remember what we were doing. I remember we were like... We finished one of the... Hi, Husky. I know we did one of the... Like, we finished a trial, but we're not done with this yet. Like, we're... According to the save file, it's an investigation day. So we're looking into something still. I actually wasn't even sure I was going to be able to stream today, so my grandma is flying in today. So I've been up all morning cleaning the house, and I wasn't actually sure if I was going to be able to make it to stream because I wasn't sure how long cleaning was going to take. So we finished up a little bit. I got to eat something, so we're okay. Oh yeah, Mia came to save her ass. But yeah, so I genuinely wasn't sure we were going to be able to do this today. That was a close one, huh, Mia? Really? Too bad. I'm sorry I missed it. Maya. So, what happened? Well, I think I've got a pretty good idea who did it. All I need is a motive. Proof. Oh, good going, Nick! Under the initial trial system, tomorrow's the last day we have. Initial trial? What's that? The new court system they introduced about 2 or 3 years ago. They had so many cases in the system that they decided to speed up the whole process. So, under that system, trials have to end in 3 days? Yeah, pretty much. Well, we have no time to waste. Okay, so we have to, like, go around and talk to a bunch of people, but we're gonna start with him, because I don't think it gave me a choice, but... October 19th, Detention Center Visitors Room. Mr. Wright, you did really well again today, thank you. Oh, thanks. Could you not look like you're about to tears? Wow, Nick, it must have really wowed him in there. And did you wipe that grin off your face? Oh, WP, only 1 more day left. Let's make it count. Yeah. Though, there's not really anything I can do to help. I'm not really sure what I can do either. Please, this is no laughing matter. Producer Vasquez. Okay, I heard somebody pronounce this as Vasquez, and I know that's wrong. Like, it kind of hurt me a little inside. Could you tell me more about Miss Vasquez? Oh, the producer? Well, she's well respected in the industry, and they say she's a genius. A genius? She's been at Global Studios for 5 years now. Right or wrong, nobody dares tell her different these days. Why is that? Ever since she came on board, we've had nothing but hits. Global Studio was on its knees, but she picked it up and made it shine. Oh, and what? Nothing. Forget about it. I've only heard rumors anyhow. Can you tell me anything about Mr. Manella? Oh, he used to be a minor straight-to-video director, but something in his work caught Vasquez's eye. She brought the Steel Samurai idea to him. Now everyone knows the name Salmonella. I hear he's pretty much at her beck and call, though. Whenever she says jump, he asks how high and all that. Imagine him at her beck and call, though I can't imagine him jumping. I was wondering about Mr. Hammer. He was a big star back in the day, right? But then he just dropped off the face of the earth. Oh. Yeah, you're right. In fact, he was my role model when I started in this business. But he just stopped taking on big roles. That's when he began to appearing in little productions at Global. How could he do that? I was really looking forward to a sequel in Samurai Summer. He just gave up being a star 5 years ago. Hi there! Hello, tired salaryman. Actually, now that you think about it, it was right when Miss Vasquez came to Global. All I have to ask, so... I guess we're going to the studio. Oh, hello. October 19th, Global Studios main gate. Somebody is texting me. Mom is just sending me YouTube videos. Old bag of my coat. The old windbag sure is quiet today. Oh? This is really peaceful like this. Nick? I think her guard's down. Yeah? I bet we could even eat those donuts in the guard station. If we wanted. It can never make you hate Old Bag. Okay, I know that they try really hard to make you dislike her, but I think she's a genuinely funny character. Like, I don't hold any, like, harsh feelings towards her. But they do definitely try to make you, like, not like her. You eat, you die. Oh, she is alive. I was wondering about Dee Vasquez, the producer. Oh, the studio bigwigs love her. So, she always gets her way. Seems better. Do you not like the producer? Look, the studio people don't want me talking about her, so sorry. Can I ask you about Salmonella, the director? Sal? He's soft, a pushover. Does whatever Vasquez tells him to do. She treats him like dirt, but I think he likes it. Why would anyone be treated like dirt? That doesn't make any sense, does it, Nick? No. No, it doesn't, Maya. About Mr. Hammer. Ugh! I heard about what you said today. Cheeky whippersnappers. Poor old Hammer. You tried to drag down a star from the sky and stomp on it. Thank you for the follow. Calling him a criminal? A thief? I won't forgive this. Congratulations on 350. Oh! I didn't even notice! I thought I was at 348. When did I... Thank you! It must have changed while I was gone. Because sometimes, like, people watch the VODs, and I'll gain some Oh, not that. Wee! I get to change this. It's almost in time for the new model, too. I'm getting a new model here pretty soon, actually. I already got all the line art, and I've seen it in color. It's just going through final shading, and then it's going to be rigged. So it's got about 3-ish weeks, I think of. 3? No, maybe not 3. It's got about... Yeah, probably about 3 more weeks of work. Because the, trying to find it. The colored version was given to me the last week. And so it's going through final shading right now. And then it's gonna be rigged. Last time I saw it was the 31st. So yeah, about a week ago. But we'll be getting some new stuff about it. I'll probably see a little bit more here, probably coming up in another week or so. I'll get to see the final version. Making models seems really, really hard. I admire the people that do it. I as well. I can't... If I really put my mind to it, I could probably, like, learn how to rig a model, but I can't draw. I can't draw, so I can't do, like... I couldn't make the model. I couldn't like design and create like a model, but I could, if I really tried hard enough, I could probably do the rigging. I tried to make a model and rig, and it was 5 months down the drain. Just didn't work out very well. Actually, on Etsy, there's a whole bunch of like practice models that you can get. You can buy like $5 models just to learn how to use like VTube Studio to learn how to rig on, and then you can like take that skill and use it to make yourself better and things like that. Which I think is really cool of them to make just like ready to go models for people that want to learn how to rig. Oh, she's really pissed this time. You listen to me, whippersnapper. I heard my poor old Hammer would never do such a thing. Why would he steal Powers' costume so he could sneak by me? He would never stoop so low. It's impossible. Whippersnapper? Well, yeah, she's old. She's supposed to be old. Okay, so... do we need to go to the... oh, no, not here. Oh, wait, no, maybe I do need to go here. October 19th, Global Studios Employee Area. I guess they're not filming today either. I did want to see them filming. One time. The trial will be over and done with by tomorrow, so you can see them film later. I guess. This is where you found the bottle of sleeping pills, right? Hmm? I wonder if there are any other clues lying around. No touching. Oh, sorry, pal. I didn't mean to frighten you. Mean, I almost had a heart attack. I can be a little, dramatique. Oh my god, what is that word? Is that dramatique? Dramatique attack. Oh, is it supposed to be dramatic but spelt wrong? You guys can't see it. Oh, crap. Is my window too big? My chat box is always in the way. I feel so bad, like, playing games with, like, subtitles because I feel like my chat box is always in the way. Oh goodness, where is it? Oh, I have it under PW, not games, right? Oh, no, that's about right. Man. I suppose it's the actor in me. Trump. Probably supposed to be dramatic, but like whatever. Anyway. I'm here to explain the plate on the table. Or I'm here to examine the plate on that table. Wait. Are you looking for sleeping pills? Yeah, pal. Trace is there for. Care of. I can't read today. Oh my god. Been up since, like, early this morning cleaning, dude. Tell me about the plate. So, you're really looking for traces of sleeping pills? How? And for a thorough examination, I gotta take the plate back to the precinct. But I have the capabilities to make a cursory examination right here. Our science guy gave me some testing solution. These react to these sleeping pills, see? And if there are traces, it'll change color. Oh, neat! Well, Detective Gumshoe, what are you waiting for? I don't know, everything in due time, pal. Well, the testing solution on the plate changed color, alright. So, the food on this plate has been laced with sleeping pills. Looks like it. Steak plate was added to the record. Steak plate, found in the employee area, and on it are traces of sleeping pills in a large bone. How goes your investigation? To tell the truth, it's a real mess, pal. Some people think we should pursue the case we already have against Powers, and some people think we should switch suspects. What do you think, Detective Gumshoe? Oh, pal, I hate to admit it. I'm not sure I buy the case against Mr. Powers anymore. I feel kind of bad for Mr. Edgeworth, though. How is Edgeworth doing, anyway? Oh, Mr. Edgeworth's out of control. He was in the waiting room and he crushed this paper cup with hot coffee in it. Oh. Talk about burns, pal. Wow, the theory of Edgeworth. Yeah, crushing paper cups. Cups, bottles, injection. Wow, autocorrect. I mean, you're injecting yourself into the conversation to make an objection, so I guess that still works. Whatever happened to the empty bottle? Oh, the bottle of sleeping pills? Well, I got some good news for you about that. They found the victim Jack Hammer's prints on the bottle. Oh, that means... Yep. Sounds like the one who put Powers to sleep was none other than the victim. That's right. Sleeping pill bottle was added to the court record. Sleeping pill bottle, found on the table in the employee area. It bears Jack Hammer's fingerprint. Looks like that's it. Anything in here? Oh! Hello! What are you doing in here? Oh, I was just cleaning up the dressing room. I guess WP won't be using it anymore, so... What? Why? But WP's innocent! Yeah, and I'm really grateful for all you've done. But... week is the last episode of The Steel Samurai. What? No! I was wondering if I could ask you about Mr. Hammer. Yeah? So, on the day of the murder, he went to Studio 2. Oh, I thought he went to Studio 1. He stole the Steel Samurai costume too! What? Why would Mr. Hammer do something like that? Oh. I guess the rumor must be true then. The rumor? Yeah. Miss Vasquez, the producer, had some kind of hold on Hammer. Get some dirt on him. He didn't do anything, or he'd do anything she said, apparently. Some dirt? What dirt? Dirt, you know, bad stuff. I know what dirt means. About 5 years ago, they were filming a movie starring Mr. Hammer. They were using the new Studio 2, but some sort of accident occurred during filming. After that, they never used Studio 2 again. They left the film set in the way it was, too. Film set? That trailer, or was that trailer part of the film set then? You mean the last Steel Samurai? I know, I was in shock, but nothing can be done to save it now. Whoever really did kill Mr. Hammer also signed the Steel Samurai's death warrant. Oh, no! Also, I hear that Global Studios is gonna change to its programming. They're not gonna make kids shows anymore. Why? I don't know. It's sad, but that's what Global Studios decided. Why aren't they gonna make kids shows anymore? The studio bigwigs don't want the Steel Samurai around anymore. They want to forget all this has ever happened. They want it quiet, you understand? How can they just do that? What about all the kids who love the Steel Samurai? Okay, I'm sure the kids will be fine. They'll find a new hero to follow. No, that can't be true. If the program just ends, they'll be heartbroken for sure. Nick, say something! Yeah. I think evidence rather than words is called for here. Here, take this. The scrapbook?
Take that!
And this is... A fan collected all of these photographs. The kids love the Steel Samurai. The show shouldn't just be canceled just so adults can save some face. I would think you would understand that better than anyone. You're right. Okay, but what can I do? Well, for starters, you can tell me something. Tell me what it is that Global Studios is so intent on hiding. Tell me about this accident 5 years ago. Okay. Could you tell us what happened? Well, I can tell you what I've heard. Apparently, 5 years ago, someone died, and it was Hammer's fault. Someone died? It was an accident, of course. Anyway, the producer, Miss Vasquez, managed to hush it up. And that's the dirt she and that's the dirt she has on Hammer? That's why Mr. Hammer would do anything Miss Vasquez asked him to do. But it was an accident, right? Why didn't they just make it public? Well, you know, Mr. Hammer was a pretty big star back then. They were afraid of what would happen to his career if word got out. I see. You know who knows more about this? Miss Oldbag. She was here at the studio back then, you know? Thanks. We'll try asking her. She'll talk. Hey, back to Oldbag. Gate. What are you doing still slinking around? If you'd like the place so much, why don't you just take over for me? The old bag doesn't look so good. Everybody's doing their darndest to forget Hammer. Who do they think made Global Studio what it is today? Hammer, and it's all due to Hammer. You're gonna froth at the mouth, Nick. You should just keep a safe distance. What happened 5 years ago? I wanted to ask you about 5 years ago. Who told? Who did you hear that from? Nichols? Nichols? Nichols. Nick. Any Nichols? Can we talk to? Oh, right. Anyway, we heard about the accident, and it was during filming with Jack Hammer. He killed a man, didn't he? Snappers, dredging up dirt on someone's past like that. And recently departed, no less. I suppose you think it's fun? No, I'm just doing my job to protect Mr. Powers. And you claim that Hammer stole Powers' costume. You expect me to believe that rubbish? Or do you have some kind of proof? That Hammer stole Powers' costume? I have proof. I'm sorry, Miss Oldbag, but I do have proof. I can prove that Mr. Hammer stole Mr. Powers' costume. Do I? Do I actually? Oh, fuck. This? They found fingerprints? Here's my proof. What? What's a little empty bottle supposed to prove? It's a bottle of sleeping pills with Mr. Hammer's fingerprints on it. What does that prove? I'm sure old Hammer had some sleepless nights. Where's your proof? Oh my god. Where's your proof that that he used the sleeping pills? Dude. Mr. Powers ate a T-bone steak for lunch, right? Well, yeah, so? Plate that he used to eat that steak. There were traces of sleeping pill powder on the plate. See. 4 point. You did wrong, Mr. Hammer. Rest your soul. Is she mewing at me? I don't know. Miss Oldbag? Okay. You win. I'll talk. Tired, see? Tired of holding it all in. Oldbag. You're right. 5 years ago there was an accident. A fatal one. Worse, a paparazzi took a picture of it. That photo, well, it caused quite a stir. And guess who made it all better? Vasquez. She has ties to the Mafia. She silenced that paparazzi. That was just the beginning. After that, she became a force to reckon with here at the studio. See. But, you have to understand. Poor Mr. Hammer didn't mean any harm to anyone. This old bag. Hold on a moment. This old bag. Here. Take this. Oh. Oh, shit. Wait a sec. This is the picture. This is the trailer in Studio 2? Hammer was supposed to fight a bad guy on top of the stairs here. He pushed the other actor and the man fell into the flower box fence. But how did you get this? A long time ago. I don't feel like talking about it much. I understand. 5-year-old photo was added to the court record. It's Kafka. It's Chris Mosima. Isn't that such a cute emote? I really like it. It is Cruces. Okay, so we have the photo, and she doesn't want to talk anymore. So, I don't know. To the studio? The Studio 1? October 19th, Studio 1 entrance. Think back, Nick, to the day of the murder. Mr. Hammer put on the Steel Samurai costume, then he left from here to go to Studio 2? Right. But why? Somebody called him? Like, the director or the producer? Studio 2. October 19th. Studio 2 entrance. Nick! It's Vasquez! Hello? 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 Maya, you should at least try to be polite. watching the clouds. All she had to say, apparently. Mr. Hammer. Excuse me. Mr. Hammer came here the day of the murder and... Shh. Miss, there are no clouds. Perhaps you didn't hear me. I'm watching the clouds. I'm not interested in talking to you. Something Nick, she's really taking me off. God. Mr. Powers wasn't the killer. You don't have to cancel the Steel Samurai. I think I'm tired of the Steel Samurai. You did it! Nick, she did it! She's the killer! My pay blood speaks to me. I know it. I know it. Director Manila. I was wondering if you could tell me about Mr. Manila? If you must talk about that man, perhaps you could talk about it in the trailer. By yourselves. Oh dear. That's all she has to say. In the trailer, then? October 19th, Studio 2 trailer. Wasn't the assistant cleaning up yesterday? Honey, it still seems pretty messy in here. Yes, she was on high from getting that rare card she needed. It looks like they were designing the set for the Steel Samurai show. They've got some figures for how much the set costs, and I cannot believe they spend that much on those sets. An old movie poster, The Singing Samurai, starring Jack Hammer. All these samurais sing about chopping off heads. Oh my god! That movie was the best! It's about a samurai who sings his way to fame and fortune. Mr. Hammer was a very accomplished singer, you know. Singing Samurai stars. What next? Ninja Ballet? Samurai Summer, starring Jack Hammer. This poster is quite old. Oh, it's been years since I've seen that show. It was one of those typical summer romance stories, but it was great. A typical summer romance with a samurai on a horse. An old movie poster, Dynamite Samurai, starring Jack Hammer. Guess Mr. Hammer used to be quite the star. The glass is frosted. I can't see outside. As far into October, the dimming daylight makes it feel like winter's coming. Nothing here that could be a clue. Some paper cups and crumpled documents. Where they had the meeting. There are documents and paper cups scattered around. I think that's... Yeah, that looks like that's it. Okay. Wasting my time, then. What if I give her the picture? Ma'am, will you talk to me now? If I show this to you? She's not even looking. Where? What? Where did you get that? Well... Old bag. She means the security lady, Miss Oldbag, Nick. How was the dentist appointment? Took 3 hours. I was freezing, and I had passed out when I got home because I was so tired. But it went okay. I've got my permanent caps now, and they feel a lot better than my other ones. I'm not in nearly as much pain as I was expecting. I, however, did have to get 6 shots of Novocaine to be able to do the 6 or 7. I think it might have been 7 things of Novocaine just to be able to, like, do this, to do it. So, I was a little incapacitated yesterday. Even the old bag is more likable than that woman. The woman is italicized. Right. Anyway, Miss Vasquez, you hid the incident from the press, didn't you? And you used it to control Mr. Hammer? The wind. What? Gotten stronger, don't you think? The wind. Your conversation interests me. Let's talk about it more inside the trailer. She went into the trailer. What happens if I, can I examine this again? Because that's where the guy fell. There's some flowers here. Oh, they're so pretty! They're taking good care of these. Don't get too close. That fence looks dangerous. I think he said that last time. Yeah, put her in the loony house. You came. Well then, what was it that you were talking about? Why is she so eager to talk all of a sudden? Miss Vasquez, you were using that incident, or that accident. You were blackmailing Mr. Hammer so you could control him, weren't you? That's why he was doing a kids show for petty change. So I'm a blackmailer now. Well, that's what it is, wasn't it? I mean, sure, it was an accident, but you used it to drag Mr. Hammer down from his rightful place as a star. Oh. I haven't pulled down anyone from anywhere. Mr. Hammer's career went sour of its own accord. But you were the cause. You pressured him. And to think it was just an accident. Excuse me. What is all of this about? You keep saying accident, accident. How are you so sure? What do you mean? Must I spell everything out for you? Think. What would it be if it wasn't an accident? Oh. No way. You mean Mr. Hammer did it on purpose? That's what I mean. Where's your proof? Can you prove it? Just think. Would he have let me run his life for 5 years over a mere accident? And I ran him hard, believe you me. But the security lady said it was an accident. Oh, well, she was a big fan of Hammer's, you see. She jumped on the reporter who brought that photo into the studio. He wrenched it out of his hands, she did. Gave him a few bruises, too. That's why she had the photo. She's an old fool. Of course, all that reporter would need is the negatives. He could have made a copy. But he didn't. The only copy of that photo is the one you hold. Give it to me. Now. What? This is valuable evidence, boys. Who are they? Professionals. They're good at erasing various things. What do you think? Would you like to be erased? What? The trial ends tomorrow. How unfortunate. It's a shame you'll have to miss it. Tell me why. Why do you want this photo so bad? This is Mr. Hammer's dirt, no? So why does D. Vasquez care all about it? I'm sure you've had plenty of time to think about where you're going. So long, friends. Boys, erase away. So this is where a cell phone comes in handy. Oh, I was gonna take a drink of water. Hold it right there. I heard everything, Al. D. Vasquez, you are coming down to the precinct with me now. Not bad. Very well. It appears this contest will be decided tomorrow then. In court. I'll be looking forward to it. Finally, he's useful. Don't do my boy Gumshoe so dirty. I love him so much. I want to give him a hug. He just seems like such a good person. He seems like he gives good hugs. Hey, you okay, pal? Sorry, I was a little late with my entrance. I don't usually get many chances to practice that sort of thing. To Gumshoe. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I was really scared. Huh? Don't mention it, pal. Just doing my job. Detective Gumshoe? Sorry, it's just... I've wanted to say that line since I became a detective. Okay. I got one more job to do today. I'm sure we'll run into each other again soon. He was late because he wanted an entrance. He's such a dramatic bitch. I love him so much. I'm sure we'll run into each other again. Well, Nick, it looks like we're getting close to the bottom of this. Who's at the bottom? E. Vasquez. To be continued. That investigation section did not take nearly as much as I thought it, or nearly as long as I thought it was going. I thought it was going to be like how day two's investigation took like an hour and a half. Save your progress. Yes. I can get some water. I have a sparkling water with me today. I have a Waterloo. 0 sugar, 0 calories. I have the lemon lime flavor. It's not bad. I like the black cherry and the strawberry flavors. And then this is like the 3rd place choice. But it was the one that was in the fridge. So this is the one I took. October 20th, 10 a.m., District Court, courtroom number 4. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Will Powers. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Today will be the final day of this trial. I hope both the prosecution and the defense will be able to present decisive evidence. Very well. Mr. Edgeworth, your opening statement. In yesterday's session, the defense presented us with a new theory for this case. He claims that the scene of the crime was in fact Studio 2. Today I will call on people present in Studio 2 in the Studio 2 trailer that day. Oh my god. I don't know what it was about that. That was so hard to read. From their testimonies, the truth will become clear. Very well. Edgeworth seems a bit on edge today. You may call your first witness, Mr. Edgeworth. The prosecution calls Miss D. Vasquez to the stand. Miss D. Vasquez is the producer who was present at the Studio 2 trailer that day. I keep saying at when it says E. Will the witness state her name and occupation? D. Vasquez. I'm the producer for Gloodle? Whoa, for Global? I need to take a break. I need to get my head out of my ass. Apparently, I can't read. I'm the producer of Global Studios. On the day of the murder, you were in the trailer in Studio 2. As everyone here knows, yes? I dislike needless banter. If you must pontificate, do it when I'm not here. Pontificate is such a big word, dude. I don't think I've ever heard somebody use that in like a normal conversation. Very well, Miss Vasquez. Please give the court your testimony concerning the day of the murder. Love this game. Wish lawyers were real. Boy, howdy, do I have some news for you. Actually, I have a funny story about lawyers. Your Honor, she is smoking in the courtroom. in multiple ways. So I actually have a funny story about lawyers really fast. So my family, one of my uncles married when I was a lot older. He married when I was like 20, I want to say. I was like 20 or 21 when he got married. And so a lot of her family got assimilated into my family, right? And her family's from the Philippines, and so she's got a ton of family. So I'm not entirely sure if this was her nephew or a cousin or something. And so I just know that I'm about 100% sure this is one of her nephews or something. His dad left when he was really little, and so he said growing up that he wanted to be a cop. He wanted to be a cop, and everybody was like, "Oh, why do you want to be a cop?" And he said, "Because I want to shoot my dad." To which I went, "Oh, that's That's a lovely reason to be a cop, and like nobody wanted to stop him. nobody wanted to stop him because they were just like, I mean, kids have to have dreams, right? And so he got all the way up until like high school, and then he realized that he had like a medical thing, and so he wasn't going to be able to be a cop because he wasn't going to be able to like pass like police academy. And so he decided to switch gears and he became a lawyer instead. And he said, I don't want to be a cop because I can't be a cop. So I'm going to become a lawyer instead so that I can prosecute my dad so I can put him in jail. And so this kid is I don't know how old he is now, but I think he just got his bar. I think he just passed the bar. So he's probably not even a kid. He's probably like 30. But he wanted to become a lawyer so that he could put his dad in jail because he left him when he was a kid. And I just thought, like my auntie was telling me this, and this is like, she told me this story when I first met her. I had never met this woman before. My auntie told me that story upon initial meeting. She has like a son, she has like a nephew or a cousin or something that chose to be a lawyer because he hated his dad so much that he wanted a legal way to put him in jail. I hope he gets to be a lawyer. He is one. I believe, as far as I'm aware, he passed his bar like a couple of years ago. So as far as I'm aware, he does practice law. I'm not entirely sure where because my family is so spread out, so I have no clue. Hatred is the best fuel for your goals, not gonna lie. He certainly hates his father. And I don't blame him, I guess. I don't know. I don't know the whole situation of the story or anything, but like that was like one of the very first things that my new auntie ever told me, and I'm like, you know what? This auntie's pretty cool. I like this auntie. I'm her... No, I was gonna say I'm her youngest niece, and I don't think that's true. I'm her youngest niece on like my uncle's side. Like if like married into her family, I'm her youngest niece. But I think she has other nieces and nephews that are like that are younger than me. I know that all of my like cousins that were like her kids. I think she only have me, or did she have? No, she might have multiple kids. I've only met one of her kids, and I know he's like older than me. I don't think any of her kids are younger than me. Aunts and grandparents dropping the most insane lore. The thing was, it was at Christmas too. She was visiting us for Christmas. It was the first time I had ever met her. But yeah, there's my family story of the day. One of my cousins became a lawyer because he hated his dad so much he wanted to put him in jail. If she's guilty, I'll catch her with her pants down, so to speak. Witness testimony, the day of the murder. I entered the trailer, a little before noon. The meeting began at 12 sharp, and it ended at 4. There was to be a rehearsal afterwards, so we went to Studio One. I was fatigued, so Sal had to take me. At 2:30, we took a 15-minute break in the meeting. Sal and I ate T-bone steaks on the table in front of the trailer. We found Hammer's body later when we went to Studio One. That's all. Just say it out of nowhere. I learned that one of my uncles is not a blood uncle, but that his parents left him in my grandparents' care and never returned in oh my god. I'm trying to think if there was any other other stories that we've been told. No, the problem is that my dad's side of the family is so fucking unhinged in general that it's so hard. Like my cousin is an entire like suitcase to unpack. It's not even a suitcase. It's more like a moving truck to unpack. But like, just my only like blood cousin on that's not true. Not my only blood cousin. My only like immediate cousin on my dad's side of the family, is a piece of work. But it's mostly my grandma. My grandma Jane doesn't have much of a filter, and I think we discussed this last time I played Phoenix, right? That she when I was 14, she walked up to me one day and actually not one day. We were going to my cousin's like high school graduation or something. And so we were waiting around for her to come out so we could leave. And because the ceremony was over and she was talking to some friends, and so we were just kind of waiting by until she was ready to go. And my grandma, she comes lumbering up to me with her little cane, and like she looks at me and completely out of nowhere, with no context, just looks at me and goes, "Don't worry, honey, I'm part of the tiny titty committee too." And then walked away. I was 14. I was like 14, and my grandmother walks up to me out of literally nowhere and just "Don't worry, honey, I'm part of the tiny titty committee too," and then lumbered away. It was. I am still embarrassed by that to this day. I am still embarrassed by that to this day. I wasn't the biggest kid growing up. I'm still not the biggest person. I'm still pretty small, just in general, like body size wise, but like I am of average shape now, but at the time I guess I must have been flat as a board or something, because my grandma had the nerve to walk up to me and say that. I'm assuming she might have had good intentions, but like leaving you with no expectations for the future. But it was like, I'm sure she did. Like, there was probably, what probably happened was she probably wanted to say something before that, but either she forgot or thought she had said it, and so she started it in the middle of a thought, and then she didn't have anything to say afterwards, and then walked off. Reminds me of "No thanks, my thighs. No thanks, my thighs are too fat." No, I said that one to a person at a store. I went to go get new shorts. at a clothing store nearby because I didn't have any, and this lady walks up to me and she's like, "Oh, hi, how can I help you?" And I'm like, "Oh, I'm looking for shorts." And she asked me, "Oh, do you know what your size is?" And I told her what my size is. I told her I'm size 14. And she's like, "Okay." And so she helping me look around for like shorts, and she pulls out a pair and she goes, "Do you think you could fit into a 12?" And I looked at her and like with no hesitation, because it didn't occur, because like my mouth started talking faster than my brain could work. I told her, no, my thighs are too fat for that, but thank you." my thighs are too fat for that, but thank you. And it was like, and she just paused and stared at me for a second. She goes, "Oh, okay." And then she started up a conversation like afterwards about how it's like she also has problems finding shorts because her thighs are also also larger. And so she played it off really well, but it was just out of nowhere. I told this poor woman, "No, thank you. My thighs are too fat for that." I was so embarrassed. Like my face turned like bright red because I didn't even think about it until I had already said it. And so it was an experience. It was an experience at the clothing store. But I do struggle to find shorts because my thighs are too big. I have really wide thighs, but I don't have a very large waist. And so I either find shorts that are like good for my thighs where they fit, but they're way too big in the waist, or they're like too small in the waist, but and then they're like too small in the waist and then way too big for my thighs, to the point where like they delete my ass. I had that issue with one of the pairs that I picked out while I was there, that it was just like, the length was fine, the waist was kind of nice. The problem was that the actual like pants part of the shorts was too big, and so it looked like I had no ass. And so yeah, those shorts immediately got put back, because I want to at least somewhat have some confidence in my shape, and getting rid of my ass is not one of those things. Anyway, back to Phoenix Wright. You were fatigued, so you had Sal take you. The van. There's a van at Studio 2. I had him take me in that. Though I thought it might have been risky to walk with what I had with that monkey's head toppled over. Van added to the court record. Use the van to drive. But how do you fucking drive the van if the monkey head is on the... Okay, Summer, my quads are too big for my hands as well. All it just reminds me is that stupid video from like way back when of just, we got a couple of hams right here, and it's a guy like dragging his shorts up as high as they could to show off like his thighs, and he just stands there and he nods and he slaps his thighs. Very well, Mr. Wright, your cross-examination. This is the final battle. Okay, so I want to know how she took the van. Because there is a gigantic fucking roadblock. Oh, is that not? Wait. Oh, wait, when did the monkey head fall? There's to be a rehearsal afterwards. I'm good. What the fuck do you mean by this? Explain yourself a little further, ma'am. Hold on. You had Saul take you. What does that mean? It means what I just said. I had Saul take me in the Studio 2 van. Oh, right. Oh, okay, that was of no help. And what were you doing during that time? Don't hit your desk. It irritates me. Yeah, Mr. Wright. Oh. What are you guys, 5? It was a 15-minute break. Just the thing with Phoenix Wright lawyers is just they're a bunch of 5-year-olds sitting in the middle of in a courtroom arguing with each other until somebody reveals themselves to be the murderer. I love that Vesquez looks so cartoonishly evil. Like, ma'am, at least try to look innocent. I just like that everybody's names are puns, personally. That's like one of my... It's like my favorite trope in video games is like if everybody's name is a pun somehow. Because the Professor Layton games are the same way, where everyone's names are also puns. More often than not, everybody's names are puns. If they're like side characters. Not always like the main characters are, but like most of the side characters will have names that are puns. That just makes me chuckle. Do you have someone who can verify this? Oh. Oh, I mean, someone else? One person is enough. If she committed the murder during that break, she wouldn't have had time to eat a T-bone steak. If I had some evidence that she proved that she didn't eat that steak. Okay, so I have to look in the evidence. Hold on. Present. We're not going to present anything, I just need to look. This one was in the employee area. That's not prevalent here yet. What do you mean? Do you have proof? Okay. I didn't check anything at the beginning. Hold on. Did no one leave during the meeting? No one. Come on. Talk a bit more about that. The witness did not come here to engage in idle conversation. Stop interrupting the testimony. The same could be said with you, Mr. Edgeworth. I love that she doesn't care for either of them. Like, please stop banging on your little desk. It hurts my ears. I can appreciate the fact that she doesn't like either of them. Because, I mean, it doesn't matter if you're like a defense lawyer or if you're a prosecutor, she wouldn't like either of them because she's supposed to be like mafia ties. Although I feel like she would like defense lawyers a bit more than prosecutors because defense lawyers can like help her get off in court or something like that. By yourself? Yes. And you didn't stop in the employee area? No. Are you always this terse? Yes. Okay, none of that was helpful. There was to be an interview, because I already asked about that. And when exactly was that? I've forgotten. Maybe you could try remembering? No. The meeting ended at 4 and the rehearsal was scheduled for 5. I would think that it would be between those times. You would think? Come on, all you did was stage the obvious, Edgeworth. Did I ask her about the 15-minute break? What were you doing during that time? Don't hit your desk. Yeah, okay, so she didn't answer the question. I'm trying to think of what I have. I want to know how she took the bus. I wish that she had said a little more than that. I think she's pretty used to being the boss. I'm sure you'll find something with the contradiction she said somewhere. We're looking for something that has to do with the steak, but... Did I ask her? I did ask her about it already, didn't I? It has someone who can verify this Saul, yeah. Oh, I feel so. She wouldn't have had time to eat. To find something to prove that she didn't have time to eat it. Oh, I meant to look at present, not... Ah! Me through. Present. It makes me think it has something to do with this, but... After the meeting in the trailer. Meeting ended at 4, but the monkey head was in the way. 2. 2:30. This is 5 years ago, so that doesn't matter. This was in the employee area. Oh, I have no idea. I keep pressing that button and not present. I know that they have like button prompts that I could be using. I think that present is tab. Go back to this one. I wish I had like a picture. And like, I know I'm not missing something because they wouldn't have ended the day if I had missed something. I'm probably gonna regret this. I want her to tell me about the pan. Don't get it. Thank you, Salaryman. It would help if I hadn't taken such a long break between this, my last time playing, and now. Because I took like a huge break. I think she didn't stop in the employee area. I literally don't know what to show her. Other than this. See, but the problem is that this was the employee area one. But I feel like I remember him saying that he ate them both. I feel like it has something to do with the monkey head. Tell me about this. Not going to work. Nope, the music didn't stop. The music always stops when it has something to do with it. Oh god. I literally don't know what to show her because I've already pressed on everything. I'm trying to like think about what it could possibly be. I'm going to sit here all day if I don't figure it out. Well, before noon. 12 ended at 4. To Studio One. Just 100 more to go. I thought you were at like 117. I thought that's what your number was. I think I'm... Okay. I didn't mean to press that button. Ugh! Okay, it's in the wrong place, but I'm gonna try something. Trailer... Teague... This... The problem is that this is the wrong plate, so it makes me think this isn't gonna work. Have to remind me of my failure. I don't have to remind you of your failure. You're the one that continuously checks your stream streak. You're reminding yourself of your own failure. Aha! As I thought. You claim that you ate a T-bone steak. But you say you did not. But I say you did not. I was going to say, but you did, huh? Is this now, Mr. Wright? Look at this. This plate was on the table in the employee area. But as you can see, a large bone has been left behind. Right. Need I remind you that this was a T-bone steak? Exactly my point. Remember, if you will, Miss Vasquez and Mr. Manila ate at the table outside the trailer. Yet there were no bones left on the plates. The plates were bare. Vasquez. To be fair, I didn't remember that. Tell me, how can a person eat a T-bone steak and not leave the bone? I think I know how. You ate the bone too. You ate a boneless steak, you ate the bone, or you weren't eating at all. You didn't eat any steak during that break. You took your steak and threw it somewhere, like that incinerator. See? Then what was Miss Vasquez doing during her break? Isn't it obvious, Your Honor? Just picking. Well, I would probably see either of these as the correct answer, but I know that it's supposed to be the Steel Samurai. She was meeting with the Steel Samurai. Order? Are you saying yes, Your Honor? Miss Vasquez left the trailer to eat her steak. She ran into the Steel Samurai. Then you did it. You killed him with your own hands. Mr. Wright, isn't that a little presumptuous? What kind of stunt are you pulling, Wright? Let him claim what he wants. You say I did it? Yes. Fascinating. Here I was worrying that today would be boring as all the rest. Very well. Let us have a battle of wits, you and I. Good day, Vasquez. Good luck, Nick. Let's see. What was that murder weapon again? Oh, yes. The samurai spear. Yes? I am, as you can see, a woman of petite stature. How could I possibly use a heavy spear as a weapon? As a woman of petite stature, you could. It's not impossible. Maybe it's not impossible, but silence. I'm speaking. The victim was stabbed through the chest in the front, yes? I believe this would indicate that the victim was aware of the killer's presence. Now, the Steel Samurai costume is quite light and mobile. Compared to the victim, I am weaker and slower. I couldn't possibly win such a fight. Not to mention, there is no proof that there is proof I did not have the spear. The photograph of the Steel Samurai shows the victim himself was holding it. Or, do you mean to suggest that I could have wrestled it away from him? Yes, take that, Wright. If you still think that she did it, show us proof. Hey, Nick. Look at the data we have on the samurai spear in the court record. Is there something that gets to you? Murder weapon. A break in the shaft has been mended with duct tape. Something odd about the samurai spear? Wait. Something the matter, Mr. Wright? Sorry, Your Honor. I'd like to take back my previous claim. Very well. I won't hold you to your claim, but I am afraid I have to penalize you. Ugh. You're taking back your claim. Let's backtrack for a moment. I want to consider whether this witness could have used the samurai spear or not. However, this is no bearing on this case. Meaning? Samurai spear was not the murder weapon. What? What is the meaning of this? The spear was found lying next to the victim's body. I have proof, Your Honor. I can prove that the samurai spear was not used as the murder weapon. Wouldn't it just have broken? Like, if you were trying... Okay, when I think of a spear, you have to, like, stab, right? You don't either slash or stab, and I'm assuming that we're going for a stabbing motion. If it's broken at the tip, wouldn't just, like... It's like using a pencil that already has the lead in it, like, broken, right? It would just snap again. So...
Take that!
Present my proof, the so-called murder weapon. But that is the murder weapon. Not so fast. Remember that the spear was broke during the morning action scene, though, right? But someone fixed the spear. That was the security lady. She fixed it with duct tape. Now tell me, how is it possible for someone to stab a man who's wearing a thick costume with this through the chest? It wouldn't be strong enough. It would just snap. Order. Order! Mr. Wright, what are you driving at? Think about what you're... Silence. I'm the one testifying here, and I will be heard. Are you quite sane? Are you even aware of what you're saying? If the samurai spear was not the murder weapon, then pray tell, what was? How was Hammer killed? Mr. Wright, can you tell us what weapon was used to kill Mr. Hammer? I can't. I can't. Unless... Would I make a claim like that if I weren't able to tell you what the weapon was? I'm afraid that your confidence can sometimes be unfounded, Mr. Wright. Very well, let's see this murder weapon then. She hit him with the van. She drove the van, ran him over. I abstract. The only other option I have is that she killed him the same way the other guy was murdered. Look at this photo. What is this? Why, that's Jack Hammer standing at the top of the stairs. Order. If I cannot have order, this trial will be suspended. Mr. Wright, what is all of this about? This photograph is from 5 years ago. There was an unfortunate accident at Global Studios. This is the photo of that very accident. Not a word of this was leaked to the outside. It was a close-kept secret at the studio. What does this have to do with the current case? Mr. Edgeworth, you still can't see it? See the fallen man in this photo? See how the fence post has pierced him through the chest? What? Are you saying... Yes. What happened 5 years ago has happened again. Mr. Wright, continue. It is 2:30 on the day of the murder. Miss D. Vasquez meets Jack Hammer outside the Studio 2 trailer. Then she did it. She pushed Mr. Hammer off the stairs onto the fence. Just like Mr. Hammer had done himself 5 years ago. Though whether she did it on purpose or by accident, I cannot say. In other words, the victim, Mr. Hammer, he died in the same way he caused another man to die. 5 years ago. Precisely. Ironic, isn't it? Very creative, Mr. Wright. I could use a man like you on my script writing stuff. You deny what you say is true, or what I say it's true? Mr. Wright, let's say, for the sake of argument, that that Hammer died at the trailer, as you say. Yet the body was found at Studio 1, was it not? And the evil magistrate costume, no less. Are you then claiming that I carried the body to Studio 1 and returned to the trailer in the span of 15-minute break? How could I have disposed of the body? The break in the meeting at the trailer lasted 15 minutes from 2:30 to 2:45. Could Jack Hammer have been pushed off the stairs to his death, then carried to Studio 1 and placed inside this costume? There isn't enough time. Indeed. Well, Mr. Wright, how could she have dealt with the body? The van! She couldn't deal with it. I bet she could move it, or she had another way. So there's two things that could have happened here. She could have either had the director was in on it and he helped her move it, or she put him in the van. She had another way. She had another way to carry the body other than her own hands. For instance, actually, for that matter, there was no need for her to do the deed in 15 minutes. And there was a way for you to carry that body. Interesting. Let's hear it then. Mr. Wright, please show us how she carried the body. It's the van! In fact, put him in the back of the van. Vasquez. Carried the body to Studio 1. And you used the studio van to do it. Recall your testimony. I was able to... there was a rehearsal afterwards, so I went to Studio 1. I was fatigued, so I had Saul take. There was a van there, right? I had Saul drive me. You used the van to carry the body to Studio 1. Then before anyone else got there, you put the body into the magistrate costume. Hold on, Mr. Wright. Don't forget it was Salmonella who drove that van. Are you suggesting that Mr. Manella was a conspirator? I don't necessarily think he knew. I don't think he knew. No. Of course he wasn't. So without Mr. Manella noticing anything, she put the body in the van and she managed to put the body into the costume? Are you seriously suggesting that that's possible? Of course I'm not serious. Oh, so he did know? I was kidding. To lighten up the proceedings. Lighten? You can't lighten up a murder! Mr. Wright, the court requests that you refrain from making claims in jest. Yes, Your Honor. Of course, Salmonella has to have been a conspirator. The body had to have been placed in the van and put into the costume. There was no way Miss Vasquez could have done that alone. And at least it didn't penalize me for that one. Also, don't forget that they had to dispose of the Steel Samurai costume. They had to because it was covered in Mr. Hammer's blood. They probably burned it in a small incinerator. Now, Miss Vasquez, shall I continue? No need. You're smarter than you look, Mr. Wright. I lose. You win. It was fun. I win? So, what happens next? Don't question mark me! Don't you have anything to say? What would you like me to say? Oh, I just clicked out of the game. Sorry. Huh? I lost? Something like that? I just said that. Wait, so you mean D. Vasquez, so it was you? You killed Jack Hammer? Who can say? Huh? Are you sure I did, Mr. Wright? Or we just engaged in a battle of wits. And the result of the battle, you proved the possibility that I murdered Hammer. Right? But that is only a possibility. Proof is another thing altogether. You lack decisive evidence, Mr. Wright. Huh? Order. Mr. Edgeworth, your thoughts? Yeah, of course. It is as the witness says. Certainly, it does seem very likely she did it, but, there's no proof. Edgeworth isn't sure. Man, even he's confused. Dude, I feel so bad for him, though. he was this like star like prosecutor that like got everything right, and then suddenly suddenly Phoenix comes on the scene and goes, hey, but what if you're not actually right? And he just doesn't know how to handle it, because like if I remember right, he was raised in a household where like failure was not an option, and so he like it's like, and like literally like failure like would result in horrible things, and so he never lost a case because of that. Well, I came here as a witness today. If you have no more questions, I'll be leaving. Do. Testify again. Wright just comes out of nowhere like, I'd like you to testify again. Testify again? Know when to give up, Mr. Wright. Think about it. If I were to testify again, what's the point? I can only say what I said before. The truth, Mr. Wright. I already said it all. There is to say. What would happen if I said it again? You'd ask the same questions, get the same answers. A waste of time. Yum. Came so far only to fail. As it seems there are no further questions, I would like to end the cross-examination of the witness, Vasquez. Oh, wait, he's gonna help us? Yes, Mr. Edgeworth? I've never actually seen this case before. I've only seen the first two cases and then the last one. He's gonna help us? I know what the DL6 case is and like all that, which I'm like 100% sure is this game. It's either this one or the next one. I was hoping to come up with a question while I was objecting, Your Honor, and I did not. I see. Did Simmer arrest Husky yet? What am I arresting? What are the grounds of arresting Husky on? What has he done to be thrown in the royal court? As I am the princess of Atlantis, what has he done to be thrown into the dungeon? For being cool, being a silly goose. I see very well. Your Honor, I request that the witness testify again. You're the prosecutor, are you not? Why are you badgering me? I'm your witness. Mods ban Husky. I saw a post. I don't know if I put it in the Discord, but I saw a post that was somebody pointing out that the way that big streamers that have like a lot of mods and a lot of people, the way that streamers call for mods is like how kings and queens used to call for guards. And I don't remember if I put that. Yeah, it's like when people are like, it's like mods, get him. It's the same kind of feeling as like yelling for a guard. It's the same thing, only like the modern day version of yelling for guards. I just want to hear your testimony again. Does this make any sense to you, Your Honor? Oh my god, speaking of... Actually, not even speaking of, I literally just remembered that thing. Give me 2 seconds, I have to turn around. Mods find Ghost and tickle his feet and then ban him from the Cheesecake Factory. I actually have a Cheesecake Factory story. My parents went there. I have a story about the Cheesecake Factory. My parents went to the Cheesecake Factory. Was I out of town, or was I like, no, I think I was doing something. I don't remember what I was doing, but like my parents went out just like and had a day for themselves, and so they went pretty far. The closest Cheesecake Factory to me is like an hour away, right? So they went to the no objections. Oh man, that's okay because I'm telling a story right now. Anyway, my parents went to the Cheesecake Factory, and they went like an hour. They went like an hour away to this place, and so they got all. Oh, they were in Salt Lake. That's why I wasn't there. It was their anniversary trip. They went to Salt Lake City for their anniversary. They were at the Cheesecake Factory in Salt Lake City, and they were they sat down. They got their menus and everything. And the waitress like looks at them and she goes, "Okay, I'm just to let you know, we are out of a couple of things today." It was like right when everything was starting to open up after COVID, so like everybody was kind of out of stuff, and so my parents were like, "Yeah, it's fine." They were looking at the menu. My dad his favorite thing to order from a Cheesecake Factory, and just in general, but like Cheesecake Factory especially, my dad loves Monte Cristo. It's like my dad would kill for the dish called Monte Cristo. And so he ordered that. My mom got something else. And they waited. And so the waitress, like, and like a couple minutes later, the waitress comes back over kind of sheepishly, and she goes, "I'm really sorry, but we're out of the stuff for the Monte Cristo." And so my dad's like kind of disappointed, but he's like, "Oh, okay." And so he orders something else. And so the waitress is like, "Okay." And so she walks away. The waitress comes back another 5 minutes later and goes, "I'm really sorry, but we're out of that as well." To which my parents are now looking at each other. And they're like, what do you mean you're out of that as well? And so my dad tries a third time. He orders a third thing. The waitress kind of like very sheepishly like walks away with his new order. She comes back a third time to tell him they do not have what my dad has ordered again. To which my dad is now looking at her going, "Well, what do you have?" Like, he literally asked this poor girl, like, "What do you have?" Because my dad is now like flabbergasted. He's not doing it to be rude. He's just like flabbergasted that he has somehow managed to order 3 things that they are out of at the Cheesecake Factory. And so this poor girl, she like leaves and she comes back and she gives my dad a list of all of the things that they are out of. And it is a list because apparently something had happened in like the chain of the chain of like things coming in where a ton of stuff got missed because of like COVID. And so they were just out of so much stuff. And so my dad finally picks something, they get their food, they eat, and this poor girl comes back over for like the last time. She comes back over and she looks at my parents, she's like, "Did you guys save any room for some cheesecake?" And my dad, thinking that he's funny, but probably making this girl's day so much worse, looks at her and he goes, "Are you out of cheesecake? Are you out of cheesecake too?" To which she apparently went like kind of quiet. She went like kind of like vaguely quiet and she goes, No, we have cheesecake. And my mom is now like kicking my dad under the table because she knows that it's not this girl's fault. It's not the server's fault that they're out of everything. And my dad knows that too. And so my mom just kicks him under the table. And so they luckily they did have it and they were able to have some and leave. But it was like it was the constant. I would have made that joke too. Exactly. It was one of those kinds of jokes where it clearly stressed this poor girl out, but like I feel like that would have been the response from most people. So like I can't say she was surprised. But no, apparently they were out of everything my dad tried to order, and this poor girl, I don't know her name obviously because I wasn't there and it was like years ago at this point, but to the girl at the Salt Lake City Cheesecake Factory in 2020, in May of 2020, girl, I am so sorry you had to deal with my dad. I'm sorry, Mr. Rain, we were out of the store, right? I'm like, to that poor girl. A local KFC ran out of chicken. What? How does a KFC run out of chicken? Isn't that like their whole thing? What were they serving then? Air? Mr. Edgeworth, I too see a little point in making Miss Vesca's repeat her testimony. What exactly do you want her to testify about? Well, yes, indeed. Verily, I say, ergo. He's trying to stall. He's trying to stall for time while he thinks of something. That's so cute. I want to hear about what happened after they found the body. After they found the body? It was one of those Long John Silver KFC hybrid places. Oh, we have one of those nearby. Very well. The witness will testify to the court concerning this matter. Nick, why does Edgeworth knows? He probably realized that she did it too. What? Isn't he the one that said he was allowed, or he was always getting, or oh my god, wasn't he the one that said he always gets a guilty verdict? After all that. Went out of business because no one went there anymore after that. Oh man, I don't know how the one that's near me is still open. I don't think I've seen anyone in there in like 10 years. Like, that thing opened so long ago, and I do not understand how they're still in business. Because I never see anybody there. So either the rent is dirt fucking cheap, or or it's a mafia front. Yeah, it's in front of a Walmart and next to a bank. I cannot imagine that it's either a drug front, or it is somehow people go there in like the middle of the day when I don't see them, or it's like some kind of like munchie place. Like, people get super high and decide that I'm going to KFC, Long John Silver's, and they get in their cars, even though that's super irresponsible. Do not do drugs and drive. If you are going to smoke weed, please stay in your house. Please stay in your house where you are safe. Smoke don't do drugs in general, but like, nah. If you are going to do at least the ones that are legal, please stay in your home where you are safe. I was with Solid Oldbag, the security lady, when we found the body. The assistant was there too, only Powers was absent. I was like, drugs are bad. Okay, they are! Don't do drugs. Don't do drugs, or I will show up at your house and smack you silly. Immediately I called the police, then Powers showed up. The security lady Oldbag was quite agitated, pointed at Powers, saying he did it. I was asked to be left out of the proceedings. I went back to the trailer to get my script and direction notes. Then I went home. Okay. I mean, at least I would have an acquaintance. At least I would have an acquaintance who I could have this conversation with about games. Drugs are bad, okay? They are bad. I have never done drugs before. I've never smoked weed. I haven't done like cocaine, whatever. Meth? Do you even do meth? Do you like smoke meth, or do you like meth? You just like smoke it, right? Mushrooms? God, wait. You even that on Twitch? I literally don't even know! All I know is that I haven't done any of that stuff. I didn't see the point. I wasn't interested. I never had an interest in it, and so I just didn't bother. Thank you, Husky. I see no issues raised by this testimony. Why are we playing that? Also, why is it like so small? Why is it over there? Thank you, Riker. It's good to see you, honey. Why is it like in the center? It looks so weird. Well, it's too late now. Oh god, I'm poking buttons and making everything worse. Stop poking things. Also, why do I have 335 written on my... I'm a bit of a mess right now. I just realized that said 135. It was supposed to be 350. Why is it so small? That's what she said to Howler. Long time no see. How's life been treating me? It's been okay! I mean, kinda. I'm doing kind of a shorter stream today because I have my grandma is flying in from where she is, and so I am going to go pick her up from the airport here pretty soon. I'm done with the game again. I'm trying to find food. I've been so busy with school that somebody asked me the other day, oh, what games have you been playing, like, off-stream? And I couldn't answer. I've been so busy with school, I literally couldn't answer the question of what games have you been playing when you're not streaming, because I don't play games when I'm not streaming at this point, because I'm so busy with my fucking calculus class. After finding the body. Airplane food, where the prices are as high as the flight itself. Summer's been playing Do Not Fail. Yes, that's what I've been playing. I guess the only thing I can say that I've been playing a little bit, and I mean like a little bit, is like I've been trying to, I'll like load it up and I'll get started and I will like play 5 minutes and then immediately have to put the Switch down, as I've been trying to play through Tokyo Mirage Sessions. I picked up my Tokyo Mirage Sessions game again, and then I keep having to put it down after 5 minutes of trying to play it. So like I have been playing Tokyo Mirage Sessions in great big quotation marks. Hope you enjoy your time with Grandma. Also, it's nice seeing streaming because I always miss these streams. It's okay. I've been really super inconsistent with my streams recently because my school kind of took over my life for a little bit, and then I have to cancel Pokemon Mystery Dungeon this Monday because my grandma is visiting, and I really do not want to explain to my grandma why I'm in my room talking to myself until midnight. Like, my grandma just doesn't need to know. And I don't want to... I can't stream during the day because I have class, and then my dad's home, so... School is more important. I know. Tell her the truth? No! I'm not telling my grandma I'm a VTuber. How am I supposed to start? First off, how do I even explain that? But also, if for some reason that went over well, if that somehow went over well, of telling my grandma, oh well, I stream video games, not only would she probably ask for my Twitch, maybe if she cared enough, but then she would also like, how do I explain the look? How am I supposed to look at my grandma with how I look right now? Like, I have no way to explain this. How do I explain to my grandma that I am an anime girl on the internet? You'd be like, young lady, put some clothes on. Yeah, she's probably gonna tell me that with what I'm wearing now, even though what I'm wearing is fine. I have a pair of shorts and a tank top on, showing off your belly button. Yeah. At least with like the new model that's gonna be here in a couple of weeks, I am not as exposed. I will say my new model's outfit is not nearly as exposing, and I'm really happy that my legs aren't gonna be a mile fucking long, because this model, like, I am like 90% leg. Why are my legs so long? And so like I got to see all the line art and everything for the new model finally, and like I got to see it in color, and so like my new model is at least at like appropriately proportioned, we'll call it, where it's like I'm looking good and I'm really excited. You showing your ankles? You guys are gonna be really excited because guess what my new model has? I showed it to my friend and it was his first comment. My new model has toes. My friend's first comment was, "Oh my god, you have feet." Thank you. That's very helpful. That's wonderful criticism. Yes, I have toes. This model already has feet. That's the only when we found the body. The assistant was there too, only Powers was absent. Is that because he was sleeping? I immediately called the police. Wait, but if you called the police, then how did... Chat, it's over. She asked for something. Chat, it's over. She said yes. Summer has joined the feet cult. It's over now. Feet for free. That was my friend's second comment, was like, now people are gonna have to pay to see your feet. He said I should figure out how to make a bit, like, I should make like a bit thing to like zoom in on my feet. What was everyone else doing at that time? No one said a thing. It was silent, completely silent. So, we stood there until Powers finally arrived on the scene. Sorry I'm late. The feet redeem. Your friend sounds like Amaro with a mustache. Amaro walks in. Amaro's not here right now, I don't think. Ears are perking up. Actually, Amaro has already seen the model. So Amaro already knows. Then silence. Dead silence. Amaro got to see the model early because I've seen his new model early. So it was like a fair exchange. Amaro gets early access to feet. I'm waiting for him to come into the stream. Somebody's gonna like add him or something and he's gonna pop in going, what is this about feet? It's okay, I get sneak peek at models, so I let Amaro have this one. He sent me a sneak peek at his new one, so I thought it was only fair that he saw mine. So he got to see it with and without the new toggle. Hey Nick. Everyone's so quiet. Someone should do something to lighten things up. Let me add him now. Are you guys gonna harass him to tell you about the new model? Because he's seen it. At least he's seen it with the basic coloring. He hasn't seen it with like the shading. The shading probably like I won't see that until like at least next week, probably. It's gonna be a major shift, by the way. It's gonna be it's really different. I look so different with the new model. Like, I actually looked at it and I looked at it and I was like, do I even like it? Because it looks so drastically different than what my model looks like now. And like, yes, I like it. It was just that because it was so different from what I was used to seeing, I wasn't actually sure I was like looking at myself, you know? You asked to be left out? Yes. It seems everyone else was questioned. I'm really not fond of that sort of thing. But you can't just decide who the police will and won't question. As long as there are boobs, I will show up. I mean, as long as it's summer. That was actually my friend's second comment about the model was that I have an appropriately proportioned chest. I think. Hold on, I can pull up the message. Hold on. I sent him the photos. Here they are. She looks like she matches your actual height now. And it says, gasp, is that a VTuber model with a reasonably sized chest? Say it ain't so. That's what my friend had to say about the new model. That was his initial reaction, and then asked about the feet. Now, Amaro, tell us what does Summer Rain V2's new V model also look like? Otherwise, the anime girl gets it. Wait, so it's 5'1"? It's not 5'1", it's a little bit shorter than this model. It's actually like genuinely proportioned well. Oh, hello! Oh my god, that's a lot of people. Hello! Welcome in! Ooh, what is your name? I don't know how to pronounce. Is your name Crease? Crease BT? Please tell me if I'm saying that wrong. Like crease and paper? Ooh, let me see if I can do this. Make sure I spell it right. Crease is fine, like paper folds. All right. Hello, it's lovely to meet you. My name is Summer Rain BTube. I'm a variety streamer. I am a little bit kind of out of sorts with the schedule at the moment, just because I am I am taking I'm taking 3 classes at my college right now, one of which is calculus, which is taking up a lot of my time. But every Saturday is Phoenix Wright, and then we do Monday nights is Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. We also do Persona 3. The problem is that Persona 3 was originally the Sunday game. However, all of my stuff is due on Sundays, and so I am moving that day. I just haven't picked a new one yet. I'm thinking that one's likely going to be a Thursday game, but I haven't figured it out. I stream typically for between 3 to 5 hours. Oh, thank you for the Titanic flute, as well as Epic Mind. Epic. I was gonna call you Mind, and then I realized Mind is not right. Epic Mind. It's lovely to meet you, though. We were talking about I am commissioning a new model. This is my old model. Technically, I guess it's my current model, but it's also my old model. Like, But we are waiting on the new model to be finalized. And we're talking about how the new model's gonna look, because I haven't shown it to anybody. The only person that I have shown it to is not currently in here at the moment. But it's lovely to meet you all. We're playing some Phoenix Wright right now. We're almost done with this case. Thank you for the follow, honey. You see, Gacha Souls games and history-based combo. Yeah, I also... Oh, God, my God, what else have I played recently? I keep forgetting to, like, publish my VODs. I wasn't able to do a whole bunch of them recently because one of them I accidentally flashed my legal name on. So that one has to remain in the vault for the rest of time. And then the other one, I think, was also... I can't publish the OSU streams because of copyright. Looks like everything else is normal. I've been super out of whack with, like, the schedule, though. We also play Fire Emblem at least once a week. At least trying, anyway. There's sort of a schedule, but not super... There's not a super big schedule. Alright. So, I don't remember what exactly I was looking at here, so I am going to, really fast, I am going to go back and press that topic again. Oh, stop it. Cute. I was also playing Ace Attorney. I finished the second game in the trilogy. It's quite the journey. Do you shout out with exclamation point or the underscore or slash? I did the slash. Mostly just because I don't know how else to do the command. Also, for those of you that are new, my little Vaporeon pet here actually does have chat commands if you want to say... If you want to use them, they should be at the top of the stream in kind of like the about-ish section. It's in one of the panels. It'll tell you what all of the chat commands are for our friend here. If you want to do anything fun, I'm going to have... Is it wave? No, is it high or is it wave? Flower? Flower works too. It might have been high. There you go. See? You guys can interact with them. You asked to be left out. Yes. It seems everyone else was questioned. I'm not really fond of that sort of thing. But you can't just decide who the police will and won't question. Thankfully, the studio thinks otherwise. They were nice enough to understand that since we were in a meeting. There was no way we could have been involved. Thus, they covered for us. Covered for you? Or covered it up for you? There must have been a lot writing on it. With all of those bigwigs at that meeting? Sure, her professionals helped convince everyone it didn't require questioning. I realized that I was on for 16 hours. Oh my god, go sleep, hun! Go sleep! Go eat! Drink some water! Take a shower! My computer gets really hot, so I get really, really, like, warm if I'm streaming for, like, significant periods of time. So, like, showering is always a good option as well. The script in your direction notes. Yes, they're quite valuable. It wouldn't do to have them stolen. No, I guess not. Tell me about them anyway. Wait a second. I thought you came to Studio One for the rehearsal. Why didn't you bring your script and your notes? Well, I was under the impression that we wouldn't be able to rehearse anything. Why? There was a murder, after all. Who could think of rehearsing after that? Oh, yeah, I guess. Wait, wasn't she called? She wasn't called to the studio because there was a murder. She went there on her own. No, that doesn't make any sense. Your Honor, I have an objection to the witness's last statement. I do too! Think. Miss Vasquez says she didn't bring the script because there wouldn't be a rehearsal. Don't you see what that means? She would have had to have known that the murder— Exactly! Thank you! She would have had to have known about the murder before going to Studio One. Order! Order! Mr. Edgeworth, what you have just said is reasonable observation. However, I find it hard to understand why the prosecution would make such a move. Or are you thinking of a career change to defense? I appreciate the concern, Your Honor. I will stand by my statement, however, regardless of how the court sees my role here. Now, Miss Vasquez, do you have an explanation? I can't believe Edgeworth is helping me. So, the prosecution is in cahoots with the defense? What kind of court is this? No matter. I think you've misunderstood me. I had a perfectly good reason to believe there would be no rehearsal. Very well. The witness will change her testimony to reflect this reason. I knew that Hammer was injured and couldn't do any action scenes, so I left them behind. But that doesn't mean you can't film other scenes that are not action-based. So how did you know about the injury? How did I know? Saul. He told me. Well, the director. I have to find something to peg on this on her. Or everything we've done till now will be wasted. Believe in you, Nick. Go get them. I was with Saul and an old bag security lady when we found the body. The assistant was there too. Powers was absent. I immediately called the police. Powers showed up. He did it. I asked if he left out of the proceedings and I went to the tree, but weren't you too exhausted to go to the trailer? Oh, did I already do this one? It's just gonna repeat. Let's not do that one. How did you know about the injury? I already asked her this. Val told me. I have to press all of them until I figure this out. Please pardon me. What time was that? We were to meet at 5 for the rehearsal. I'd say it was then. When exactly did Mr. Manila arrive at the studio? About 10 minutes before. I wasn't stuffing any bodies into costumes, mind you. Press harder. Where were the other employees when you got to the studio? They weren't there yet. Well, then you could have put Hammer into the costume with Salmonella's help. Oh? What did I just say? Did I not just say I wasn't stuffing bodies into costumes? You should try to listen to what people are saying, boy. Boy? The witness will continue her testimony. The assistant was there too. Mr. Powers was taking a nap, correct? So he says. Did no one go to call him? Remember what? There was a dead body laying in front of us, yet you expect me to be calm? Certainly seemed calm when I accused you of murder. Ugh. Wait a second. Wouldn't that be the other way around? The other way around? You discovered a murdered body and the one person was missing, right? Wouldn't you normally go looking for the missing person? I have to agree with the defense on this one. Well, Miss Vasquez? Logically speaking, perhaps. But no one there was thinking very logically, I assure you. Also, without his steel samurai costume, Powers doesn't really stand out. We often left him on the bus when shooting at location. No one noticed he was missing. Or Powers. Well, I suppose that explains that. Very well, Miss Vasquez, you may continue. Immediately called the police, and then Powers showed up. What was everyone else doing at the time? No one said a thing. It was— oh, I already did this. Silent. Wait, did I do this one already? Silent. And so, no. That's not it. I don't think I pressed this statement, though. Old bag, the security lady. Why did the security lady think that Powers had done it? She said it was because she saw him going to the studio. Right. The Steel Samurai. Did the detective arrest Mr. Powers based solely on the security lady's word? Perhaps not. She seems to have given the detective that photograph. Of course, I heard all of this after the fact. That photograph? It's the one taken by security. She's not known for exhibiting the best sense of judgment when it comes to Mr. Hammer. Think there's anything there I can use. Yes, to be left out of the proceed. I already did this. I went back to the trailer. I knew that he was injured. But... goes through the chest. I'm trying to think of, like... oh, I don't know. Oh, thank you for the follow. Oh my gosh. Jericho. It's lovely to meet you, Jericho-san. He's dragging one leg. She mentions the photo, but we already dismissed the photo. Gosh. But the thing is that we've already... I think it's the photo. I knew the Hammers was injured, but... just finished the first game in the trilogy, 2 more to go. How are your cases going? They're going okay. I just kind of feel like an idiot. I had to put the game down for a little bit because I got super busy when I went back to school. And so we haven't seen this case in probably, oh God, 3 weeks. We put the game down for like 3 weeks because I was super busy. So this is so we had a huge... the thing with Phoenix Wright games is you really cannot put a lot of time between when you start and stop cases, because if you do, you're going to forget all of this information from like evidence that you already had, and you really, really need to remember what's going on beforehand so you can continue on. And because I put such a huge gap between day 3, like the first trial and day 3 and the final trial, I am like floundering with the older evidence going, wait, what does it say again? What is it? Wait, because it's like, I don't remember. Everything else went really good. It's just that right now is a little rough because we had such a huge break due to not being here for a while. You knew that Hammer was injured. Don't you think that's a little funny? I mean, it was the Steel Samurai who was injured. It was Will Powers. Mr. Wright, explain yourself. Mr. Hammer is dragging his leg in this photo. But that's because he was pretending to be Mr. Powers. Pretending? One person was injured in the run-through that morning. That person was Mr. Powers, not Mr. Hammer. Now, why do you think it was Mr. Hammer who was injured? I already said it was Sal who told me. That's right, he must have gotten it wrong. Think not. It's not that the case was long, it was just that I got really busy because we play this every Saturday. We play this every Saturday and I just got really busy and had to put it down for a little bit. Mr. Manella was at the run-through that morning. He would have known it was Mr. Powers who was injured. He saw it happen. Why would he tell you the wrong person? Miss Vasquez? You saw him limping? Actually, you didn't hear anything from Mr. Manella. You saw Mr. Hammer limping with your own eyes. Yes, but wasn't it Mr. Powers who was injured? Yes, but remember, Mr. Hammer was dragging his leg too. He was pretending to be Mr. Powers. And when was he doing this? Oh, it would have been after he put the Steel Samurai costume on and went to Studio 2 where he was murdered. Exactly. Miss Vasquez, you met him, didn't you? You saw the Steel Samurai limping. And Mr. Hammer was in that Steel Samurai suit. That's why you were confused. That's why you thought it was Mr. Hammer who had been injured that morning. Order. Order, I will have order. Witness. Can you refute this claim? Let's see you sneak out of this one, Vasquez. Very well. I have a question for you. The real killer's always so persistent. Why in the world would I want Mr. Hammer dead? Yes, he'd fallen on hard times, but he was a star. I had nothing to gain from his death. Nothing. You would need a motive. Why would she have guilt the victim? There was a reason it's unclear to this court. Does the defense have anything to say on the matter? In other words, can you prove that she had— I'm gonna have to. Can you prove that she had a murder or had a motive? Guess what? I don't get a choice. Okay. I have proof and I'll show it to you. I present to the court the evidence that Miss Vasquez's motive in this murder is— the accident. Maybe he was gonna say something? Was he gonna say something about it? Oh, I don't mean to examine the picture. This is my proof. This is the photo from before? This is the this photo reveals that the motive reveals the motive in this murder. I'm right, aren't I, Miss Vasquez? I don't know if you know this, but every person except for Phoenix, Edgeworth, and other MCs pun in their name. I did know that. I mentioned earlier that some of my favorite things about like games like Phoenix Wright and Professor Layton is that like there's everybody with the exception of like really specific characters have names that are all puns. They make me laugh. They make me laugh and smile. 5 years ago, Mr. Hammer was at the height of his fame. With D. Vasquez's help, a terrible incident was swept under the carpet. Ladies and gentlemen, the case currently up for trial. It has begun that day 5 years ago. Ironically enough, that accident precipitated? No. No, it is precipitated. Whatever. This word. Mr. Hammer's fall. His fall from stardom. His guilt weighed down on him, no doubt. However, you, D. Vasquez, used Mr. Hammer. You made him work for you for petty change. Bringing us to the present day, and Mr. Hammer's last role as the evil magistrate. Yes, undoubtedly, it was the constant source of shame for the X-Star. One moment, Mr. Wright. We are talking about motives here, yet you have only talked about Mr. Hammer. It seems as if it was Mr. Hammer who had killed D. Vasquez, not the other way around. What motive would Miss Vasquez have? Yes, that's right. According to what you say, I would have no reason to kill Hammer. He was a good source of income for me. And I never get rid of useful men. It's a policy of mine. You know what her name is a pun of? I don't, actually. I knew that it's a pun. It's supposed to be a pun of some kind. I just haven't got it yet. Mr. Wright, please explain Miss Vasquez's motive for murder. Well, was he gonna tell people? He was gonna tell somebody. Okay. Allow me to present to the court. Oh, wait, what? don't have evidence. Is it the photo again? She didn't want him to talk about it? Oh my god. No, I don't have the answer. This is my proof. And this tells us why Miss Vasquez wanted to murder Mr. Hammer? I'd say it all proves that the defense attorney has completely lost his marbles. Mr. Wright, this court requests that you find your marbles immediately. And I am afraid that I have to penalize you for this waste of the court's time. Oh, fuck. We're taking the coward's way out. Hold on. I don't want to lose. Nick, we're so close. Think this one through, please. Also, no, I am not a foot fiend. Tomorrow, you can't come into the stream and immediately claim that. I'll ask you again. Please explain. No motive? She had no motive, Your Honor. What's that now? It was Mr. Hammer who was out for blood, and all Miss Vasquez did was push him off the stairs in self-defense. What's that? It's simple. Mr. Hammer was intended to kill Miss Vasquez. Hey Vasquez, the Vasquez Rocks are in a rock formation in California known for being used as setting of various media. While reading through the list of productions using the Vasquez Rocks, I saw that they had been used for filming during multiple seasons of Power Rangers, a live-action kids show much like Samurai. That's cool! Oh, that's so cool! Thank you for telling me that. That is so cool. What? Your Honor. Jack Hammer drugged Mr. Powers with sleeping pills. Jack Hammer snuck into the dressing room and stole the Steel Samurai costume. Jack Hammer wore the costume to fool the security lady into thinking that he was Powers. Then Jack Hammer made his way to the trailer. And for what purpose, you ask? To kill Dee Vasquez, who had so cruelly taken advantage of him for all those years. So, you did do it, didn't you? Yes. I am guilty. It was me. Someone call an ambulance! There's blood everywhere! We're too late! Oh, I tabbed out the game. Miss Vasquez! What happened here? Manuel fell from the trailer stairs. Manuel! Miss Vasquez, please try to calm down. No! How could this? It was an accident. Mr. Hammer was doing an action scene and... No! Don't touch him, Miss Vasquez. Did you see it? I got hit with ads. Yes, I did! I said that was really cool. Thank you for sharing. I did not know that. Die. Yes. Congratulations, Mr. Wright. I lose. Again. For Edgeworth? Where's Dee Vasquez? In the waiting lobby, Your Honor. As calm and collected as ever. I see. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor? It appears that you have brought about yet another miracle. Thank you, Your Honor. I think not, Your Honor. Well, Powers was innocent, and that he should be found so is natural, not a miracle. Yes. Yes, you're right. Very well. This court finds the defendant, Will Powers, not guilty! Yay! I still, every time I see the confetti, think about that fan art I saw of Gumshoe with like a bucket of confetti in his hand, waiting in the wings of the courtroom, waiting for the not guilty verdict because he's so excited. Because he's so excited, and so he stands there waiting with the bucket of confetti to like, and he's the one that throws it. He's the one that throws the confetti as celebration of a trial like finished. Because he just wants to support his friends. This court is adjourned. October 20th, 1:12 p.m., District Court, Defendant Lobby number 3. I don't know what to say. Thank you so much. I'm just glad you're okay. Yeah, but it's sad. I know that Mr. Hammer stole my costume. Bad enough that he wanted to kill Miss Vasquez, but that he tried to frame me for murder. Makes me so sad. Tell me why, Mr. Wright. Tell me, why did Mr. Hammer want to blame me? Oh my god, I don't know. Why did he want to blame you? Because you were the Steel Samurai? I have no idea. I'm going to assume it's this. Oh, this is what I think. Mr. Hammer wanted to put the blame on you because he wanted to be the Steel Samurai? Because you were the Steel Samurai. Because I was the Steel Samurai? Mr. Hammer was a big star once, and he was reduced to acting in a kids show. And I hate that they're like making it seem like acting in kids shows is like a death sentence for your career. Like this like feels like it's like they're making it seem like being a popular kids show character like is like a death sentence for your career, which makes me it's like no it's not. If anything, it actually can really help your career. At least I think. But he was reduced to acting in kids shows and as a villain to boot. The kids loved this guy, and so he hated you. I think I understand. He could have just told me. I would have changed places with him any time. I think you're missing the point. Thank you. I'm just glad it's over. So am I. So am I. Congratulations, WP! Oh? Thanks to you, I'll be able to don the Steel Samurai outfit once more. Can't wait to get back into that sweaty costume and... Is something wrong? No, of course not. Nick, Edgeworth. Oh, he looks angry. Why does he look so mad? I guess it's because this is another case that he's technically lost. Even though I don't know. Would you consider this a loss for Edgeworth? Because he helped find the killer, and he, like, worked with the defense, so he still, technically speaking, won the case. When you, like, look at it like that. But I guess because he didn't get a prosecution of the person that was originally on trial, I guess that's what makes it a failure? I don't know. I would see this as a win, but I guess in his eyes, this is not a win. Say something right. I'm not good at small talk. Huh? What? That was too bad, Edgeworth. You don't want to waste any time gloating, do you? No, I really want to thank you. Vasquez would have gotten away if you hadn't stepped in. Pleased to meet you. I'm Powers. It's just his resting bitch face. Don't worry about it. He does have a resting bitch face. Although I do too. I am so bad about, like, people think I'm angry all the time. Like, I have like this awful face I make when I'm focusing on something that I look so mad. I look like I am like about to like hurt somebody, but I'm not. I'm focusing on something. And so I have this horrible resting bitch face. And so I remember really specifically somebody like pointed out when I was in high school, I used to be a TA for a Spanish class when I was a freshman. And there was like a junior or something in like the Spanish 1 class that I was grading tests and quizzes in the back of the classroom. And so I had my seat in the back, and I was grading quizzes one day, and this guy like turns around and he looks at me and goes, "Why are you so mad?" And I looked up at him like, "What do you mean? I'm not mad. What are you talking about?" And he told me, "Your face. You look really angry all the time." And I'm like, I actually sat there in my seat with like the quizzes in front of me going, do I look like that much of a bitch all the time? Like, I'm not mad, I'm locked in. Exactly. I literally sat there in silence for a second. I was like, no, I'm not mad. And then I like went back to like very quietly grading the test because I didn't know what else to say. But I like for days after that like consistently kept looking at myself in like the reflections of things, like trying to see if I looked angry all the time. And it was embarrassing because it was like some dude I don't even remember his name, nor do I think I knew what it was. When he said that to me, he just turned around in his seat at some point in the middle of the semester and went, "Why do you always look so mad? Why are you mad?" And it's like, I'm not mad. And like my parents do it too. Like I'll be like focusing on something and my mom will like ask me like why I'm angry or like why I look like I'm gonna cry. And it's like, I'm not. I'm just focusing on something. And it's embarrassing. I have like, I don't even know how to like stop it either because I know that I do it subconsciously. Edgeworth, I am a big fan of your work, Mr. Powers. Liar! Right. I must say, I hadn't expected to meet you again after all these years. Meet again? However, in retrospect, it would have been better had we not. Need a bitch face emote. I think I have like a base for it. I could probably make one. I'll look. I need to like pick out certain ones for you guys to decide on the new emotes anyway, because that was the subathon goal, so I'll look around and see if I have one. Thanks to you, I'm saddled with unnecessary feelings. Feel you. Back when I was in high school, people used to ask me if I was mad or something, and it was really starting to annoy me. In the end, it was nothing I could control, or just not something we could. I know, and it would make me so upset. It was like, it wasn't even that I was like angry that people were asking. I was just, it made me embarrassed. I felt so like self-conscious about like my face because that was just how I looked. It's just, and I still do it to this day. I still make this awful fucking face. I'll catch myself making it every now and then and like try to soften out my expression, and it just doesn't seem to help. Yes, unease and uncertainty. Aren't those kind of necessary? They always serve to get in my way. Listen to me, right? Don't ever show your face in front of me. That's what I came here to tell you. And then he leaves. Mr. Wright? Is that guy your friend? Friends? As if! They're rivals. Rivals! Right, Nick? For now we are. I guess. Huh? Why do I get the feeling I'm missing something? Come on, Nick, tell me. What's the deal with you and Edgeworth? Hi, Dan TV. It's nice to see you. So the curtain closed on another trial. I caused quite a stir by revealing that accident from 5 years ago. The talk of the town. Thankfully, Global Studios rethought its programming chain. They went back to making kid shows again. The first time chatter may break the ice with a dad joke. Of course you can! I love dad jokes. Nick! This is it! And the new show starts today. You're gonna watch it with me, right? I'll admit, I was kind of surprised. I didn't think they would seriously go through with it. You have to buy the trading cards too, okay? We have to trade with Cody and that assistant. Fine, I'll do it. Isn't it great that WP gets to play the lead again? I wonder if they'll show his real face this time. No. I don't think the world is ready for the real Will Powers. Alright, I'll need a sledgehammer. Oh, that's a good one! I wasn't expecting that. Turnabout goodbyes! Dude, I can't wait for this case. Because oh no, we're not gonna start it today actually, because I do have to get going because I have to go to the airport. I don't want to start because I know this case is really, really long. So we're gonna have to take like a day. We're gonna have to like dedicate a really long day to this case because this is a case that I want to do all in one go. So I am actually gonna head out of here for now, just because I want to save this case for next week, because this case is like, not only is it I think the best case in this entire game, but it's also, it's one of those cases you cannot stop when you start because it has so much going on. You're going to lose track. You are going to lose track of what's going on with this case if you try to play it over multiple weeks like I've been doing for all of these other cases. This one I'm going to save until next week, and we will do a full day stream for this case. Because I mostly don't know. Followed your Twitter. Oh my god. I haven't posted on that in literally forever. I keep forgetting. I have it. But I will next week on Saturday. Oh, wait, no, I can't next week. I have a trip that I'm going on. Shit. We'll do it during the week. We'll change one of the days. I'll do it Tuesday, grandma's. Ugh, next week is so hard because my grandma is here. Trying to think of how long this case could possibly. All of the other cases have been a couple of hours. But this one's gonna be super long, so my issue is that next week I'm out of town next week. The reason my grandma's here is because we're all going out of town. And so I can't Saturday. I'll figure it out. For those of you that are interested in seeing the final case, I guess just like follow the Discord because I'm gonna post the schedule for next week here coming up pretty soon. I'm not gonna be around super often for next week just because my grandma is coming over and it's gonna be really hard to explain to her why I'm screaming in my room to myself. But we will pick this up as soon as possible. We'll do like a full day stream just for this case. It'll likely be not this coming Tuesday, but next Tuesday, just so that way I have the full day. Tuesday or Wednesday. Probably Wednesday, just because I have a shorter class that day. But if you're interested in keeping an eye on it, keeping an eye on the schedule, just my Discord has a schedules tab for those of you that need it. But for now, I have to go to the I have to get ready and go to the airport. So I will save my progress. But I don't forget, because I will. Whee! And I am heading out of here for the day. I hope you guys have a good night, good morning, good day, whatever it is for you. I'm so sorry the stream was short. It's just because I have things to do. I hope you guys have a good day. Bye, guys!
Like a hand reaching for a handle, but to find that it was never there. Candidly, I can't handle knowing that it's all up in the air. I thought the world ended in March until I heard the doorbell ring. Can't keep from falling apart, but I'll glue back everything again. This can't be the end. This can't be the end. This can't be the end. This can't be the end of all that summer had to say. What little time has gone away. I'll glue it all back anyway. I'll glue it all back anyway. Like the wing of a sparrow.